In this video, we're going to show you a mid-wheel drive standing power chair, so stay tuned. So right here, what we have is the Permobil MVS. Now on the market, up till this point, they've had the F5 vertical standing, but recently, about a year ago, they came out with the mid-wheel drive standing version. Now, this is going to look very similar to your M3 unit, but this is going to have a standing version on this particular unit. Now, you still are going to have a 12-inch seat lift, so you're not going to get the 14-inch seat lift like you did on an F5 standing. So you are going to have a 12-inch seat lift, but it is going to put you in a vertical standing position, and it is going to be a mid-wheel drive, which is going to be a smaller turning radius at approximately 22-inch turning radius. Now, I will preface this ahead of time. The standing version on the F5 is 300 pounds. This particular unit on the M standing is 265-pound weight capacity due to the configuration, sitting a little bit more forward. I believe probably just because of the counterweight of the batteries, 265 is going to be the max weight capacity on this unit here. Now, when you have a standing version, you are still going to have your other functions, which is going to be your seat lift, your tilt, your recline, your legs, and then obviously you're going to have a little bit of anterior tilt, which is going to work with that standing feature. Now, this particular unit here has 17 miles of total drive distance, so it is in almost like new condition. This particular unit does have headlights, does have tail lights, and also does have turn signals on this unit. Not all of them are going to come with that feature, but this one does. I'm going to go over now some of the seat functions, and then we're going to go over the base shortly after that. So the first function I'll show you is I'm going to go through here on the switch box. You can do everything through the joystick over here, but I'm going to do it through the switch box. The first thing I'm going to show you is going to be the seat lift. So this is going to be a 12-inch seat lift. You will be reduced in speed when you elevate the seat. When the seat is all the way down, you're going to be about a 6 miles an hour top end speed. Now, Permobil did come out with a newer RNet electronic looking joystick on here. This new electronics, you are able to download an app, and then if you are a dealer, you are able to make some changes through an app, where before you had to have a programming, what they called a dongle, to make some of the changes. On this new electronic system as well, it's going to have a green bar that's going to shrink or suppress, basically showing you your total distance, and it's actually going to have an exact percentage gauge. So right now I'm showing 90%, so that is nice. Before, it just kind of had green, yellow, and red bars, and you would start to lose a bar as you drove, but this is actually going to have a percentage gauge on the unit as well. So this is what your unit would look like when the seat is elevated. Like I said, stay tuned to the end of the video. I am going to drive this outside, so I'll let you know what this unit tops out at, top end speed, when you do have the seat elevated. But right now, when the seat is all the way elevated on this particular unit, and this can vary some based on the seat cushion. So right now, to the top of this seat cushion, you're about 34.5 inches. And then, like I said, you can put different heights of cushions on here, so that could adjust some. Other people like to measure what is it to the pan, because that's going to be always an accurate number, and this is adjustable as well. But currently how it's set up, when the seat's all the way elevated to the pan, you're at 29.5 inches. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the seat down, and then I'm going to show you extra functions on this particular unit here. Go ahead and bring it down. I'll just go ahead and describe the base while I'm bringing this down, because it does take about 10-15 seconds. You are going to have 14-inch solid wheels directly in the middle, and then you're going to have 7-inch caster wheels in the front and the rear. Now, like I said, mid-wheel drive is going to allow you to get the closest to an object, and it's going to turn in the smallest turning radius. But you do have solid tires all the way around, so you don't have to worry about getting a flat while driving this particular unit. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the electric tilt. Electric tilt is what is typically used to take the pressure off the lower half and apply it to your back. So this is going to increase the blood flow to the bottom of your legs, which is going to help prevent pressure sores. So this is what your tilt is going to look like here. Now this M standing chair does take the Group 24s. Those are what you call the 75 amp gel batteries. And that's going to get you up to 20 miles of drive distance in ideal conditions with those batteries. Now once again, if you're using the seat functions or you're on different terrain, you're going to get less distance, but 20 miles is the maximum drive distance based on the batteries that go in this unit. So this is what your electric tilt is going to look like here. Like I said, you'd be taking the pressure off your lower half, applying it to your back, which would help with that circulation through the lower half of your body. Now when you are tilted back, you are able to also raise up the legs as well. So you'll see here that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to raise the legs up. So you are able to actually get your feet above your heart if needed as well in this position here. Now one thing that vertical standing chairs have, or vertical standing legs, which some other chairs have, is you do have the ability to adjust the foot plate height as well. So let's say you were in this position. Now you can only do it through the joystick. You cannot do it through the switch box in the back. But while you're in this position, if you did say, you know what, my feet feel like they're still a little bit too close to me, you are able to extend the foot plate out a few more inches to be able to lock your legs out. Now do remember, in all these chairs we are going to send you a measuring chart and we are going to fit this to your size, so you shouldn't have to use that function too much. But I do have individuals that like to basically lower the foot plate down closer to the ground when they're getting in the chair. It helps them get their feet on the foot plate. And or when they're trying to lay back, their knees are not always fully locked out, so they do want to extend their legs. So that is an extra function you are able to do right here through the joystick. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do two things at once. I'm going to bring the tilt back down. Oops, let me bring that down. Actually, I cannot do the two functions based on the standing configuration at one time. So I am just going to bring the tilt back down and then I will bring the legs back down. Because it's a standing chair, I'm not able to do all those different functions at one time. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to leave the legs up as high as they will go, and then we're going to do recline. So basically recline would make sense. Recline is just like how you would lower your back down to be in a lay flat sleeping type position. Most of these should go to almost 180 degrees, which would be the complete lay flat, but we'll go ahead and check it, and if not, they are able to be programmed. Yeah, so that is going to be the lay flat. So this is what you're going to look like right here when you're in the completely flat position. So I did mention this unit does have headlights, does have tail lights. I mean, they're very bright. It is very easy to be seen at night. Your tail lights are really strong. Your headlights are actually headlights. They're not just like this little tiny LED that's not really displaying anything. And then, like I said, then you also have hazards too. So if you're ever somewhere and you are nervous, you want it to be visible, you do have hazards, headlights, tail lights, and turn signals on this particular unit. Now, on all Permobiles, your armrests are going to flip up on both sides. Like I said, this one has the 4-function ICS switch box right here. This does have a swing away joystick, so you're able to pull it closer to a table or any type of object. And then basically your joystick is close to flush to the end of your armrest, as you can see here. The headrest, fully adjustable. It comes with an Allen wrench back here. You have all different adjustments to where you can really fine tune it and fit it to the individual size. Back here you have hooks to where if you need to hook something, Permobil also sells these rear backpack bags for them as well that you can put on here. Now this unit has chest lateral guards. This was somebody that maybe didn't have trunk support and leaned over to the side. So these are removable and they are adjustable. This unit has a chest strap, which we'll show you here in a second. You can use a chest strap or you can use a chest bar when you're going to be in the standing position. And then it also has new knee block kind of leg supports in the front that I'll show you as well that are new to this version. Now once again, this chair, we can make this anywhere up to 21 inches wide down to 17 inches wide, and we can go anywhere from I think 15 depth up to 23 inches in depth. So as long as you're under that 265-pound weight capacity, we can fit this unit to your size. So if you see what this size is currently right now, what I'm about to give you, and it doesn't meet your specific dimensions, we are able to adjust that. We are able to change out the cushions as well. If you do need, you can purchase a new Rojo, because these cushions do sit on Velcro and they are removable. So if there's a particular air or certain type of gel cushion you need, we are able to also source that for you as well. Now this unit also has leg lateral guards, which are used to help people that don't have control of their legs and they swing out, which typically then pulls their foot off the foot plate. So these are adjustable and they are removable as well. I was going over this with you earlier too. This is really nice. It's really these new types of legs that are really going to be a game changer here. They are easy to put in and easy to take off. You're able to pull this out and then you're able to actually make adjustments as well to the legs and the tension of the legs. So if you can hear it clicking, I mean, you can release it and loosen it back up. It's going to be really, really nice. They had a knee block before, which you still can use and put in here, which is all at once. But these are going to be a whole lot easier to get in the unit. Once you're seated in the unit, snap these in and then be able to go to your standing position. Foot plates, the tilt is adjustable. They do flip up, and like I said, I have had individuals use this as well. Try to lower these to the ground so they don't have to lift their foot as much to get it up onto the foot plate as well. Before I show you the standing position, I'm going to go over a couple more things with you on the base. You do have built-in tie-down points. You have two in the front and two in the back. So if you're using a public transportation, you are able to strap this down. You are going to have a 3-inch ground clearance on this as well. So whether you need an easy lock or a Q lock, they are compatible with this unit to lock this into a vehicle also. Now you do have 2 motors on this unit. They're located right here in the front. We get this kind of often with individuals. They say, hey, my chair says M1 or M2 brake error. Typically that means you're in neutral. So right here on the front of the motor, you have a little tab. If you push that tab towards the center of the chair on both sides, it's going to disengage the motors and you're able to push it around and freewheel. Now do remember, this chair, like it is right here, is about 426 pounds. So this is not a light chair. There is only one type of lift that works, called a Harmar AL 580 HDX. That has a 450-pound lifting capability for the back of your vehicle, but you do need to make sure you have a large SUV or a truck to make sure that that can support the weight of the lift and this particular chair here. So I want to go ahead and I want to show you what somebody looks like when they're sitting in this unit here. Once again, I'm 6 foot tall, 220 pounds. I'm going to go ahead and stand up. I've put the chest strap across me. Once again, this is a little bit tight with these lateral pads just based on my size on here, which is gripping me. But I put the knee blocks on as well. I just want to kind of get you a visual of what it looks like with somebody standing in the unit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push that standing function, and then I'm going to sit back. Like I said, you can adjust the tension on your knees. You can adjust the tension of the strap here. But it's going to do everything for you, and it's going to put you in that standing position. So it is comfortable. There's no real strain on my body. I feel a little bit of pressure on my knees, but like I said, the tension of those are adjustable as well. And you're going to go ahead and you're just going to raise all the way up until you get into that full standing position. Just want to kind of show you guys visually what it is going to look like. So you'll just hear basically the unit stop when you're in that fully standing position, like I am right here. So this would be your full standing position. And then this unit still is able to drive at probably 1.5 miles an hour. Now it does have very good suspension on it, so you will see some of this rock here. That's me actually rocking the chair back and forth. You do feel that when you stop and go a little bit as well. It's basically just the weight shifting in the base with your suspension, but you are able to drive this around in this fully standing position like I'm in now. Obviously you can still control your lights, you can still control a lot of different functions, but this is really going to help gravity get the flow of people's, your body uses gravity for a lot of your digestive system. This is also going to help somebody be at an eye level and speaking to somebody, and still be able to access maybe cabinets that are higher up. I mean, you can just imagine I'm 6 foot tall and I'm a little bit off the ground, so really now I'm almost like 6'3" based on where my eyes are because I'm standing on the foot plate. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this back down, and then we'll show you a few more functions on this chair. Now on these particular units, when we do ship these units, in the back here you have a red reflector. Right above that red reflector is your main fuse back there. So we typically turn the power off when we are shipping these units. Right here we will flick this fuse off. Now the springs on these units are adjustable for how much give you're going to have. This is pretty much maxed out. I would not really adjust these too often. I do think you're going to want to keep the suspension relatively tight. It's going to have less of that rocking type feel when you're all the way in the standing position. But once again, the width of the armrest, the back seat height, width, everything is adjustable on this unit. So I'm going to go ahead and drive this outside, show you a little bit of me driving this unit. I'm going to drive with the seat elevated and kind of give you what that top end speed is. So go ahead and follow us out there. This is the Permobil MVS. This is the unit that goes about 6 miles an hour top end speed. You can see this has a 22-inch turning radius. This is a fantastic unit. It's going to have. You are able to take this in some softer surfaces like in grass and non surfaces, but it is 426 pounds. So do remember, between the weight of the user, weight of the chair, it is going to be heavy. So you do want to make sure it is at least somewhat compact that you're driving it on. This one does have that 12-inch seat lift, electric tilt, electric recline, electric legs, and that full standing function. I'm going to show you right now, just real quick, just the 12-inch seat lift, and I want to tell you what you can go at top end speed when the seat is elevated, because it does reduce your speed. Like I said, it is 6 miles an hour when you're all the way in the down position, but I do believe you're probably going to be somewhere in that 3 to 3.5 mile an hour while raised. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to try it right now when I get all the way to that top position. This is what you'd be looking like now while driving. Yeah, 3.2, I got it there. Let me turn around this way. It registers here. We are at, yeah, about 3.1, 3.2 is probably going to be top end speed on this unit. But like I said, this is a game changer in the industry to have a mid-wheel drive, fully standing chair. So if it's something you're interested in, give us a call.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.